Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Wars 1 replay. It's on the north side. As the Wehrmacht player, we have Wagwan. Not Panzerwagen, just Wagen. It's on the south side as the UK forces of Argentinosaurus. Why? I'm trying new faction scenes. To be fair, I usually see them not play Brits. I'm not sure. What faction do people see them tend to be the most strong? I think people say Wehrmacht is usually the strongest, since they're very well rounded. Translate's pretty good, US is pretty good. Maybe people think Brits is the weakest? I could be mistaken about that. It's more of an opinion question I cannot really answer. They got a bit of the exploit there to move around their squad individually. And he's immediately capturing up this point now, or should be. Though actually maybe still delayed, because I don't see this. Oh, there's the flag going up now. Looks like the other guys were moving forward, so it's not exactly a super big exploit. Oh, Brits is my weakest, so you can win. Give it your best, buddy. How many? Wait a second. I have not been paying attention. We got 6 pioneers, no Wehrmacht quarters. Holy crap. That is a large number of pioneers. That will net them a lot of field control. They will have 12 courses versus the infantry section. These 3 models are getting split apart. Getting some shots there onto this pioneer squad, but luckily there's more of them. Everywhere he is surrounded, except for this direction. At least from this side and this side. That was a TF2 quote, wasn't it? We have you surrounded, at least from this side. I love that game. A lot of memorable quotes. Pioneers are receiving a bit more fire. Looks like going to be backing on off away from the intersection. This one, oh, he is packed up his HQ, so these guys are technically out of supply, making them move a bit slower.
Yes, sir.
And I got these pioneers trying to lay down some more wire. Looks like this one actually may have been destroyed. Because I'm not sure why it's empty right there. I doubt he managed inserted that space there. And now pioneers will get overrun, does get forced back there. This, of course, is Scope Rifle Squad, able to remove Pine without being sector. Lieutenant and pioneers gauging on out. Notice that the pioneers are winning. I actually don't know who actually wins that fight, because you don't really see the lieutenant fighting against pioneers. Going for some tank traps here. And now we got the escalate skirmish phase. He's going straight for Grenadiers. He's skipping the Volks, Grenadiers, MG42, and Motorcycle. Pioneers receive a bit of fire there. Truck has been redeployed towards this munitions sector. The British forces does have this cutoff point here, so he's not getting this fuel income nor this fuel income. But he's taking time to lay down more and more tank traps. He's really good for heavy field control or a lot of terror escaping. Does need to fall back and wipes out the retreating squad there as well. You could use deploy designated marksman if you really want that squad dead, but probably not really worth it. Just a pioneer, and he has plenty of replacements. More tank traps going on down.
Supply lines are broken.
Only if I can speak. This pioneer can help out his 2 buddies. They're trying to build an entire structure themselves. That's a lot of work for 2 men. Even with trying to build it up with welding kits. Lieutenant captured this fuel point. So we got a Kriegsberg. He's going straight for the half track, going straight for Grenadiers. He may not have enough fuel for a half track at the moment. Let's switch over to the British forces. We got rifles. No additional scope rifles just yet, nor upgrades. Of course, that's the lieutenant, and that's about it. Pretty big, boring opener for the Brits, but he's doing a good job securing the sector of the map. And overall, there's actually a lot less fuel control to assume with all these pioneers, because he's spending a lot of time doing a lot of terraforming and terror escaping. Lieutenant does get forced back by the pioneers once again. Old action rifles could push one forward. They could just be A moved forward as well. They no need to really fight from cover against pioneers. The pioneer squad does fall back. Now we've got the first squad of Grenadiers now in combat. He does have no cover right there. Maybe one guy's behind some heavy cover, that's about it. The other squad is advancing forward. He is not in sector at the moment. But of course does have a lieutenant nearby to support them out. So the Grenadiers will have trouble versus 2 squads, especially inspired by the lieutenant. So we got the 2 pioneers here. Let's see, what do we have over here? Another squad of Grenadiers. The half-track has been built on out, has been loaded up with both 2 Pioneer squads. He may want to get some veterancy on all of the squads, but of course that costs us resources. And he's saving up fuel for this half-track. At this point in time, I'm sort of curious whether or not the Flame half-track wouldn't be half bad. But he does not have a whole lot of munitions mode. Gets some great suppression there thanks to the Pinto mounts.
We are losing territory.
Now the half-track's starting to push his way forward. There's no landmines. I don't think we've seen... We do have the field support truck. He immediately deployed out, trying to get out some sappers, maybe a steward, but he of course needs the captain before getting a steward, so some sappers with some Piats will probably be in order. Something deployed on right there. Is it going to be another lieutenant? Oh, no, it's a resource acquisition upgrade.
Brilliant. Target secure.
Now do have some trenches being poured out. That would be a good defense position. It's likely it's going to get overran, but of course there is still the flamer.
A victory location is under attack.
In these situations, for the pioneer stall to half track, I always wondered if the flame half track would actually be useful, because that will provide an excellent amount of anti-infantry support. Good suppression there, gets that squad fully pinned. And Grenadiers are behind some heavy cover there. Second squad of Grenadiers in the region. And the slit trench is not fully built. He's holding off a little bit. He could go ahead and finish it off. He does have sappers here, likely being upgraded Piats. Yes, they are being upgraded Piats. Maybe a good idea to get upgraded some Grenadiers as well for buttoning that half track. He gets to fire, gets some direct hits there on the Grenadiers. Right, grenade has been thrown. Grenade was dodged. We've got 3 squads of Grenadiers right here. Does he push these the half track a little bit forward or a little bit around in order to get these Grenadiers reinforcements? It's going to be a bit of knocked out, drag out brawl. We do have a bunker here. A med bunker could be very good. Could net him a lot of casualties for more Grenadiers. He also needs to get veterancy as soon as possible because he really does need veterancy. Camp Craft Center being pulled out, very, very good. Veterancy will help him win out these long, protracted fights. This Grenadier squad needs to do a soft retreat or full retreat. He's about to lose his squad entirely. Let's switch back to the Wehrmacht player. And he's now focused on finding the wounded squad as well. He knows the half-track reason. And Piet hits the wounded squad. This guy's not being reinforced, but he's so wounded. I would say full retreat goes down. Losing 2 Grenadier squads like that is a horrible idea. That's 1 Grenadier here. He still has a single Pioneer load up in the back. He does take out the medics as well, so he's denying those casualties. Grenadier has been reinforced, but he's fighting too many forces here. The Lieutenant is in the region. He may want to get out a second Lieutenant to help him fight this region, because he can provide a constant pressure against his half-track, or against his HQ, if he doesn't deal with this half-track in time, and the Lieutenant would, another Lieutenant could help him out with that. Pietz, however, getting some great hits there, but he does have a lot of Pioneers for repairs, just not nearby, other than, say, the half-track itself. Oh, yeah. Pioneers some reinforcements. He's going for, I think that's an infantry veterancy, not support infantry. Could be either, honestly. It is veterancy infantry. Getting some hits there on the bunker as well. Very good. The Sapper squad will need to fall back over shortly. Flamer Pioneers does get inside the garrison. Not getting repaired on up now. Second squad of Piets has been deployed on now, but he's getting some great repairs on this bunker, and he should get it repaired up no problem. 1 medic has been respawned, so he does have access to recover casualties if he sustains any more. Second Grenadier squad being deployed on out. And looks like he's going to take time to reinforce the bunker or slit trench. I don't think it's fully built because he's still in the owned state, not a neutral state. He does have a casualty clearing station here. He needs that healing, of course, and does fully build it. He does have access now to stormtroopers, which could be useful bringing out a pair of Pantreks. No, an STG squad would be a great. Or maybe just going to save up from some studs. No additional levels of Veteran C. Grenadiers are seeing quite a bit of fires from Grenadier squads in the region. And this Flamer Pioneer, it's so wounded, but he needs Veteran C in order to get healed up. Oh, fall back. He needs to get behind the line side block and gets ripped apart. He's playing this horribly. He's so low in health. He has to do a full retreat, not some sort of soft retreat. He can't really half-ass some of this, but he will get another Grenadier now. And he does have more casualties right here, so Fresh Grenadier has been pointed out. So assuming these guys go in casualty state, it's a bit lucky with that. He will have more Grenadiers to support his Grenadiers. He does have a bit of ammunition as well. Maybe an MG42? It's maybe a few times when MG42 and when the LMG42s would be a good idea. Now there's a second lieutenant, very good, and the rifle grenades are a good idea as well. I didn't realize those were rifle grenades, not Piets. He says it's lacking. That could explain his poor response with his forces. Trying to repair up the bunker now. The bunker's quite wounded. The Flamer Pioneer is not getting any good angles. Now we got Veteran C1 on his Pioneers. It's pretty understandable the amount of Pioneers he has. He still has 5 of them alive. He has 3 Grenadiers. Those are a stick bomb. Steel Hound Granada. And okay, that's just a scope rifle squad, not a sniper. Bunker getting some repairs, and now the Grenadier squad is falling him back. He does have 2 command points. He's getting pretty close to the stew. And he's 1 casualty away from getting another Grenadier. And there's a stew. Needs a bit of manpower, and he may not get it anytime soon because of the amount of Grenadiers he has in the field. Let's switch over the Brits. He has a bit of manpower reserve, which is good. Of course, that's a 3 infantry section. A Brand squad wouldn't be that bad. He could try taking time to build out a split trench here. He does have to focus on the Flamer Pioneers. 2 Flamer Pioneers in the region. PS do connect, getting some great hits there onto that half-track, forcing back. He does actually do a full retreat in that Grenadier this time. Flamer Pioneers will need to fall back, getting overwhelmed. Gets a fresh Grenadier here. He has a Grenadier back here as well. He has 2 Grenadiers. And this one is started firing. Trying to hit the Piet squad. The bunkers now seeing a bit of fire. We've got 2 Sapper squads in this region. Maybe throwing out another stick bomb. He threw out 1. The other one should have an off cooldown. He does get a number of casualties there. Trying to repair it up still. Overrunning the Piets. This one does drop a model there. Force that squad back. Needs to prioritize firing the other one as well. Does not get the mid bunker. Now we've got a mortar. A Grenade Warfer is a great item. You just need to hold good cover, positional cover points and able to let the mortar rain on in and bring in some damage. He's getting some healing, which is very good. He does have another intersection. Being upgraded Bren's very good. Using the last of his current stockpile of munitions. He needs to go for armor. He needs to go for Churchills. He should have enough command points. He does have enough command points for even for an AVRE, but he doesn't really have munitions for AVRE. But a regular Churchill at this point in time would do excellent. I genuinely believe Churchill will be the right call at this time. He could bring in he could take time to build a 25-pounder. That's another possibility as well. You don't need Royal Artillery to engage this with a 25-pounder. But I genuinely believe a Churchill would be excellent. He will force his Grenadier to build up 10 Grenadiers, reducing the damage output for his, allowing his intersection to engage a little bit better. And AVRE could start nuking these forces. They're very congested as well. He does have a decent amount of munitions income, so I believe an AVRE is the correct choice. He does have 2 lieutenants, one in efficiency 3, the other one's vet 1 and severely wounded. He does lose the vet 1 lieutenant. Rifle grenades raining on him, getting some good sporadic damage. Grenade Warfare raining a little bit short. Those are PX shots. Rapid grenades are raining on him as well. This Grenadier is quite wounded. Does have capture the Wehrmacht player does have the VP capture. Slight VP advantage, but there's a lot of VPs left to go in the game. You have veteran C2 on the Grenadiers as well. And this Grenadier squad does fall back. That's a half track. That's not a vehicle. Pioneers are making their advance. And I got all these Grenadiers in the region. He is now trying to hit that bunker. Rifle grenade gets a good hit there. Throw a stick bomb. Does dodge it. And some good damage there. He could send out the scope rifle squad to capture up these other points, though it will run into a wall and wall right there. So it's actually only one couple points of bit exposed. Good shots there on the Grenadiers, but now these intersections need to fall back away from the flamers. Grand squad does fall back as well. Hit squad still trying to chip in some damage. And now we do have a Stu deployed on the field. A Churchill would be heavy enough to deal with a Stu. And he should have enough command points for a Churchill Crocodile. I could be mistaken about that though. No, it should be 7 command points, right? It's 2, then 1, then 4, right? I'm probably thinking about that wrong. I'm a little bit fixated on the Churchills, aren't I?
Germans are trying to secure our patrol dump.
And here comes the 25 pounder, which is a good option. A little bit late for the 25 pounder. He has a good amount of reserves as well. You could go with an armor command truck and get out some Cromos. Cromos would be nice. In this particular case, a Kangaroo may be the best option. Fireflies wouldn't be half bad to deal with a Stu as well. Oh no, that's a 75, not a 25 pounder. He needs to get a 25 pounder out of this region. Even a mortar pit or 2 would be quite good. Mortar pits are not half bad. 70 pounder has been pulled out. You could throw the PX squad into the bunker, help engage, or no, just need something to deal with the flamers first. Flamers still pose a problem with those split trenches. Does use the casualty clearing station there as well. I'm surprised he hasn't got a free intersection. He only has recovered 1 casualty so far. Gets some good damage there as well. And now the PX squad trying to advance forward. Gets a good hit there on the Stu. The Stu has emergency 1. Good hits. Does miss there on the PX, on the Flamer squad. Grenadiers are quite wounded. They're still behind the heavy cover. He needs something to deal with that cover. Pounder looks like he's rolling some misses there onto the Stu. It looks like he did lose a squad. Looks like I'm not sure what he actually lost there. The captain in this region wouldn't be half bad to provide a good defensive buff, and perhaps just sort of hang in the slit trench to make sure it doesn't get captured up. Grenade Warfare looks like they're lying some barrages around this region, maybe trying to hit these guys. And the Grenadiers are seeing lots of damage. They will need to fall back soon. Mortar does come on in. Intersection has been reformed. He does get himself a free intersection. And now Stu's making his advance. Does find an angle to hit the Stu, just rolls and miss, however. And now we've got a 25 pounder, a little bit late for it. Grenadier squad has been upgraded with a Pantruck, trying to go for some fake shots onto these various structures.
Boys are ready.
And now we've got some good healing right there. A lot of these forces are quite wounded. Now heavy cover is absorbing a lot of shots from the 75 pounder. And now we've got another scope rifle squad. He's gone for 2 scope rifles. And now 25 pounder has been completed. Barrage in the mortar and bunker would probably be a good option right now. Stu's in the region. Rifle grenade fire. A good hit there by the Grenade Warfare. And a 20. Ooh, and the Stu gets a good hit there on the PX squad as well.
They have destroyed a German target.
Looks like the Grenade Warfare does go down to the 25 pounder barrage. Very good. These grenadiers behind heavy cover still being a bit of a problem. Rifle grenades, they're really miss or miss, but when they hit, they do a lot of good work. Lieutenant has gone inside the garrison, inside the split trench, very good. You could use deploy designated marksman to help deal with that grenadier. Right now, them behind heavy cover causing a lot of problems. Grenadiers and flame pioneers now advancing as well. And now the lieutenant is going to see a bit of flamer fire. Stu does find a good hit there as well. The 17 pounder needs to retarget towards the Stu, but maybe out of range slightly. Does drop the Bren squad, actually a pretty sizable squad loss. Another casualty is being recovered as well. He will get a free intersection out soon. Patrick does connect with the 17 pounder as well. This Grenadier squad will get wiped down out. He needs to focus on the Piet squads. He needs to keep the 17 pounder alive. That's what's keeping the Stu away. He does keep the Stu alive. Flamer Pioneers now advance forward. Does use heroic charge right there. With 2 designated marksmen, good hits there on that scope rifle squad. He could be able to do a quick 1-2 shot onto the Flamer Pioneers and wipe them out. Does get a fresh Bren squad. Sorry about that, hit my microphone. 25 pounder barrage onto the bunker, getting some scratches. The grenade was thrown. He does dodge it. Grenadier squad getting focused down. Stu's finding some good hits still. Yeah, Stu finding more and more hits right there. Up to 7 kills. Bunker receives small amount of damage, nothing too significant. And good hits there. Up north, the scope rifle squad does get forced back by the Grenadiers. Flame Pioneers advancing as well.
Forward OPs reporting a sector is under attack.
Pioneers and Grenadiers push away forward. 3 Pioneers, 2 Grenadiers, one with a Panzerschreck. He got 10 command points as well. Ammunition's not a huge amount. Does have 25 pounder. Maybe we should go for the 25 pounder barrage from the commando doctrine at the current rate. But it's there, does use heroic charge. Captain's in the sector, very good. Inside the split trench as well. Also a grenade right there, getting some hits there, the Piet squad. Now these forces are charging on forward, trying to get some good damage. Grenade work for getting some excellent hits still. Grenadier squad receiving quite a bit of fire, does throw some rounds into the split trench, and one of the Grenadiers have gone down. Grenade work still finding some deadly hits as the scope squad is being focused down by the Grenadiers. Iron Patrick's, he is trying to repair up the 17 pounder. And we've got the medics going forward from both sides. They have a lot of work ahead of them.
Reporting a petrol dump under attack.
Stu hitting this flanking scope rifle squad, trying to overrun the mortar team. Looks like the med bunker is out of casualties recovered, so we'll have to start over. He did get recently a fresh Grenadier. Even this squad right here. Ooh, that was a good hit there. Scope rifle squad gets forced some back. There was a squad. It lost his rifle grenade squad. Yep, fully wiped out. Stu firing some more rounds there as well, getting some more hits onto the infantry sections. He needs a Firefly, honestly. Trying to reinforce. So I've been partial to a Churchill Crocodile right now, provide good constant anti-infantry support. And does force back with the squads with the Stu. The Stu's currently up to 11 kills. Even a mortar pit wouldn't be that bad. He needs to get a 25 pounder barrage right there. Right now he's been using that heavy cover for a bit too much. just been having trouble dealing with this heavy cover. Stu finding an excellent hit right there onto the intersections. 15 kills. Another thing you could go for is Royal Artillery to have officers bring down artillery barrages. Now here comes a Warframe barrage from that half-track key built from earlier this game. Getting some good hits there. Two casualties been recovered. Not sure if it's recovered from here. Like I said, seeing a bit more lag there. Stu does receive a hit there by the 17-pounder. And receives another hit there as well, trying to back on off. He gets another shot off, he could take it out. Rolls a miss there, or trying to hit the Grenadiers. Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to engage out these forces. Not sure what he's saying right now. Is he talking about the Tiger Tank or the Stu?
Enemy unit has been...
17-pounder barrage now trying to hit the Warframe. A good hit there. Bunker receiving a bit of fire. Mortar also receiving a bit of fire. Stu finds a good hit there onto the infantry section. And now got the infantry section start making its way forward. Does miss with the pantry track shot. He could try recrewing the mortar. The mortar Granada Warfare will be quite successful, or has been quite effective. One more casualty has been recovered, and there's soon to be another Grenadier squad. Does have a forward to the trench that'd be very good, but the Flame Pioneers are advancing forward. He just mentioned he needs to scuttle that before he gets any, before losing it, or forfeits it. I found it really hasn't fired a whole lot of barrages. Now the Grenadiers are fighting from that heavy cover once again. And they will be getting a lot of work done there behind that heavy cover. Another Warframe barrage raining on in. Most of the captains now bet you C3. And now the Grenadiers getting ripped apart. Tiger Panzer has been blown out. Good frag grenade there. Not actually that good. I thought that was going to be a deadly hit, but it was honestly a bit underwhelming. Tiger Tank and Stu making the way forward. Gotta make sure he can avoid the 17-pounder. He can only move forward a little bit more, however. He is advancing forward, gets knocked around by the Tiger Tank. And now this Grenadier squad will need to fall back. Let's get wiped out right there. Almost wiped out a Piet squad there. It dropped a Piet as well. It looks like Flamer Pioneer does go down. Bunker may actually go down. It does go down right there. Finally managed to finish it off. And it looks like it's going to take time to repair up these various structures. And we do have air churches being selected, though it doesn't have a lot of manpower at the moment. When he gets the course staff to void out, and I think he has selected all of his doctrines. I think he had enough command points for every single doctrine ability. Good hits there. Holy crap, that's a lot of corpses. All went flying away. It looks like he kept both his sapper squads because, of course, had the planks there, and that's why some of these replacements that emplacement took a little bit less damage. Because another Warframe barrage is going to be deadly as well. He's way too congested here. Now his opponent's going to try to artillery him out of the game. He has a tank. And the Tiger Tank and the Stu both available as well. Stu's at 22 kills. The Tiger Tank is at 3. Grenadier is getting flanked. He does throw out a stick bomb there as well. He has not dodged it. Received quite a bit of damage there. But now got the Bren squad who has picked up a Piet as well. Another regular intersection as well. Going for more slit trenches, very nice. Does have 3 grenadiers advancing. Let's get that complete as soon as possible. Another stick bomb has been thrown. Gets a good hit there as well. The trencher has been completed. He needs to get inside of it as soon as possible. Warfman Barrage now raining on in. Does lose his slit trench there as well. Gear Squad's going to fight the heavy cover. Throws out a stick bomb there. Does eat it. That 25-pounder barrage is coming out in. Gets some suppression on one of those squads. The next round, range short. Getting a great hit there as well. These Grenadiers will avoid the rest of barrage, but they're not in any position to stay around for much longer. No church have been deployed now. He currently has 6 infantry sections there. I think all of them were from the extra ones were from the casualty clearing station. This would go for his opponent right now. He's got all his doctrinal abilities as well. Both players managed to get their doctrines maxed out very quickly due to the amount of how much combat there has been in the game. He's down to 3 Grenadiers. He's lost another Grenadiers. Vehicles from Button gained some great hits there. And he has rebuilt his med bump as well. Warfman Barrage now trying to rain on this sector. He does fall back. Should only have efficiency 1. He does have access to manpower bullets. He has plenty of fuel as well, so he could try taking up to get out some other assets. Some Ostwind wouldn't hurt. Or Panzer IVs.
Yes, camarade.
Grenadier's going to be taking time to capture that point. He could perhaps secure that Grenade Warfare. Here comes another Warfare Barrage.
Grenadiers are taking fire at this position.
Looks like Warfare Barrage is sort of raining up there. A little bit everywhere. 25-pounder barrage trying to hit the Grenadiers. They do get a good hit. The Grenadiers do fall back.
Objective taken. We defend it with our lives.
It breaks down to 169 tickets while his opponent still has 482. That is a lot of tickets. Observation post has been built on the munitions sector. Tiger Tank is now receiving quite a bit of fire from PS. He could potentially be buttoned there as well. Still finding some hits there on the sprint squad. It cannot get a button off now since it's pretty bad. Gets running on it, gets inside the Grenadiers. Grenadiers do throw a stick bomb. Gets a decent hit there onto the Ian squad. As Stu's now up to 39 kills. That's a lot of kills. He may just lost the whole intersection squad there. Grenadiers being a bit battered and wounded. The Piet squad could be wiped out by the Tiger Tank. And now the Bren squad here is receiving fire from the Stu. Does avoid that shot. Tiger Tank well to find these unescorted infantry squads, so it does need a bit of healing. And here comes another Warfare Barrage raining on it. There's a good hit there, lots of good hits there. And then the 70-pounder has received a bit of fire as well.
Grenadiers, assemble on me.
Another Grenadier squad? Okay, gone for a 4th Grenadier. And currently right now, another Stu just wouldn't hurt. Some sort of anti-infantry vehicle. He has plenty of fuel. And the Flaming Pioneers will get force on back. Stu will see a bit of fire.
We're losing territory.
Good, it's there. Grenadiers are advancing forward as well. Going for a grenade. No, he does cancel the grenade. Remember as well, he can throw stun grenades. Stun grenades at this point in time wouldn't hurt. Everything does see a bit of fire in there. Needs some repairs. Another got 25-pounder barrage there. Does claim 1 kill there on the Grenadier squad, as these squads do fall on back. This VP has been captured. We've got 2 infantry section models there. The Grenadiers should be able to clean them out. Search for a grenade in the trench. Warframe and Barrage raining on in, takes out the 17 pounder. Now this armor can advance. There's actually a large number of kills right there as well. Let's see what he has remaining. No manpower. He has been battered and bruised. He does have, what, 1 more casualty to get out another infantry section. Grenade has been thrown and almost got wiped out by that grenade. Intersection short advancing forward. Have to make dangerous charges with a lack of units. Stu's advancing forward as well. May find a wipe. A lot of wipe potential right here. That shot's fired. Gets a wipe. Another Grenadier advancing forward. This may have been a fresh squad from that bunker. 17 kills. That's definitely not a fresh squad. Armor command truck has been pulled out. A Firefly is basically needed to deal with the Stu and the Tiger tank. He has plenty of munitions at the moment, so an AVRE can just be constantly firing. And VP has been claimed. This VP is being recaptured. Does put a fresh squad there to make sure it gets secured. Upgrading for a brand squad won't be half bad. Warframe Barrage raining on in. His HQ command truck is wounded. We've got 3 Warframe and half tracks here. So going for some Cromwell to overrun them wouldn't be half bad. Sick grenade throw. And does see a decent hit there. Stu's firing a shot. Does roll a miss there. Another Tiger tank does roll a miss as well. Warframe and Barrage raining on in. This time it's pretty close to those Grenadiers. And the Sapper Suits receive a good hit there, so does the Grenadier squad.
NCO's reporting they have destroyed a
Does get a
German
wipe
target.
there, very nice.
The boys are waiting on your
Same
word.
panel has been repaired. He still needs to repair up the HQ command truck.
Let's not cock this one up, eh?
He's going for a Staghound, which of course will allow him to eventually get out his Fireflies. Here comes another barrage. This time onto the Tiger tank. Electricity 2. This intersection squad trying to capture the VP, but severely wounded. And does get wiped out by the Warframe. And he's used all of his barrages right there. That's definitely all 3 of them right there, I believe. Grenadiers and Flame Pioneers advancing forward. The Flame Pioneers getting some good bursts there onto the officer. Staghound has been pointed out. He does need us in this region. He can perhaps haul it down in this region and provide some good constant fire. Shoes fired, getting a great hit there. Force back both of the squads.
Gun here.
45 pounder still alive, but a bit damaged. Our command truck is still quite wounded. And the Grenadiers are going to be fighting against the intersection. Staghound has been deployed on now. The Panzer are going to be trying to engage a Staghound. Should be able to get a shot off of it right about now. I'm so surprised there's the first shot. Getting direct hit there. Staghound charging forward. Does suppress the Grenadier squad. And the Workman half-track squad advance forward. They do have plenty of help to survive against the Staghound. He does go ahead and follow him back there. Does get a nice little bit of recon there as more of these Stu shots raining on in. It looks like the Brit has cast in the GG.
Stores are under attack.
To be fair, he didn't really spend his resources all too well and was not properly counting his opponent. His opponent was very static and was very vulnerable to indirect fire. He just didn't really counter his opponent's strategy. Oops, hit my microphone again. He was very vulnerable to various strategies, and he was just not being aggressive enough nor not proper counter. He was had trouble with Grenadiers behind heavy cover. Oh, there goes that intersection squad. Lieutenant looks to be next for the Tiger tank. Get a hit there.
Forces have knocked us down to 100 points.
Yep, there we go.
Front's shifted. Jerry's overrunning one of our sectors.
Oh, looks like he's probably back of the game.
The sector is being overrun. Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
There we go, and that's the end of the replay. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.